Hello everyone, so picking up where we last were, we need to speak with Emmanellain, whatever his name is. I will never get it right. And so we will do just that. But first, Honoroit. Oh dear, just when everything was going so well. Emmanellain. Lady Lynette told you to tell me about my mission once again? I didn't know any better, I'd swear she's avoiding me. Anyway, what is it? And what will you say? A vital mission on the success of which the very survival of Camp Cloudrop rests. The procurement of potable water. Or go and fetch a spring crystal from the floating lakes to the east. With me. Yeah, that's totally going to be able to get him to do it. Finally, it's about time she entrusted me with a mission of real import. Right then, let's go! Let's go! And so, we have to make our way all the way over there. So, over here you can see Honoroit and Emmanellain. There we go. Maybe that's how I say it. Honoroit. I had heard the minstrels' tales of these lakes, but I had never honestly believed that they were real. Emmanellain. So this is the Vorcian Whoa, that's a mouthful. So this is the Vorcian Siren of legend, and nary a value in sight. How disappointing. I could do with some sport. I know, why don't you and I make it a competition? Whoever finds the superior specimen wins. Honoroit shall judge our entries on size, purity, and, say, aesthetic sensibilities. Let us begin at once. Honoroit. I wish you would have at least stayed within sight. I agree. So we have this giant area to look through. And of course we have to travel around on foot as opposed to in air. So in various places, of course the stinking fate spawns here. Why wouldn't it? Somebody, anybody. So in various places around here, and you'll see in the crystal trees that there's an example that it will be spring crystal. No, there's not all those places, but if we click on it, if we actually click on it, spring crystal. This water crystal does not appear to exhibit the properties described by Lady Lynette. Perhaps you should inspect another. That's basically what I was getting at. And so we have to go around finding the correct one. This water crystal does not appear, blah blah blah, and so the next you'll see is the one that is actually correct. Just had to pause at this nice little waterfall into nothingness. It's like, where does it go? Spring crystal. This crystal appears to be secreting a steady stream of water. Perhaps it is the spring crystal Lady Lynette seeks. And now we need to deliver the spring crystal to Honoroit. Honoroit. Ah, Mr. Saragon, have you brought your entry for the contest? Spring crystal. A crystal so aspected to water that it feels wet to the touch. My understanding of such things is limited, but can this truly be used to draw moisture from the air like water from a pump? Fascinating. And so we get the boots and stuff, and I think I was going with these ones. Honoroit. Honoroit is more than a little concerned for Lord Emmanellain's well-being. Lord Emmanellain has been gone for an awfully long time. Did you perchance see him while you were searching for your crystal? No? Oh dear. Mayhap I am worrying about nothing, but I may ask that you assist me in looking for him, Mr. Saragon. We shall find him more quickly if we split up. Pray search the southeastern area of Vorcian Siren as swiftly as you are able and rendezvous with me in the north. Farewell and good luck. And of course, that means all the way over there. Destination. You survey the surrounding area for a time, but see no sign of Emmanellain. And now we need to rendezvous with Honoroit over there. Destination. Mr. Saragon, Lord Emmanellain has been taken by the Vanu. They had my lord surrounded, a whole gang of them. Please, you must come quickly. And so we must head over that way. And quickly! Which is basically over here. And that's an interesting totem thingy. And our location is right here. On a road. The Vanu must have taken him to that village, mayhap to present to their chieftain. I will make haste to Rose House and tell Lady Lynette what has happened. Yet by the time I return with aid, it might be too late. Forgive me for asking, Mr. Saragon, but should you spy an opportunity to sneak past the sentries and rescue Lord Emmanellain in my absence, I beg you to take it. I know he can be a trifle presumptuous and insensitive and, well, insufferable, but he doesn't deserve this. Vanu. Oh, you mean you're not gonna let me walk past? Aw. Now, if I was a ninja, I could probably sneak past this all, but, oh well. And if I'm not mistaken, we need to head up this way. Mother Fury, you're not gonna eat me, are you? That's not what you do to prisoners, is it? Celebrian! I'm over here! Neverlings come to free prisoners. Spread word like thunder and cast them into the seas. Brumbleweed rope. Untying. Whew. That was thoroughly unpleasant. Netherlings slink away like Galefolk Gale Cats. Rally warriors of Gundu. Let none escape. Protect Emmanellain and escape the Vonu stronghold. Guess it helps if I pay attention. It's easier when I didn't have to protect him. Chiffon, House Fortin of the Silver. Help has arrived, Slabrian. Keep him on and safe, we'll hold him off. I'm guessing I'm supposed to... Oh no, they're distracting them. Okay. Hurry up, you slowpoke. So I guess we need to just reach whomever that is down there. You see them running around up there. Can you run any slower? I'm sure you could, but oh, we have another Vonu coming up there. Knowing how slow he's running, may or may not catch up. This way, quickly! Oh, I guess duty complete. Yay! Rescue mission successful. Do have to wonder how fast, or how Chiffon arrived so quickly, though.
Reinforcements? Anger of Honu, chief of mighty Vondo, roils like blackest storm clouds. Offer Netherlings to the white. Cloud sea swells, and he comes. The White! Mighty Bismarck! Lord of the Mists!
A flying whale? By the Fury, it's a primal! We must away! Bloody typical. All right, we're going in.
Aye, aye, Chief.
All aboard!
Emmanellain. Frightened? Me? For a fleeting moment at most. You're fooling no one. Parsifal. We are all of us still alive, my friend. Let us take solace in that most simple of blessings. Sid. The gods only know what might have happened had we not been around to save you. No need for thanks, though. It's not as if It's not as if you haven't done the same for us on a few previous occasions. All right, more than a few. 'Twas but a blind chance that brought us together this time. In case you were wondering, the Holy See has petitioned the Ironworks for assistance with this creation of theirs, the Protector. Apparently they just can't seem to get her flying. Anyway, I came to Camp Cloudtop to cast an eye over the ship, only to learn that you had arrived some few days before with an Ishgardian lordling in tow. Small world, I thought. Just as said lordling's manservant skittered into view, babbling about his master having been captured and you risking all to rescue him, and the rest, as they say, is history. Right, well, I hate to cut short our reunion, but I'm here on business after all. The boys are already hard at work. Don't worry, old friend, we'll speak again soon. I promise. Parsifal. Even after everything he has been through, though, he manages to remain so optimistic. Emmanellain. Lord Emmanellain appears to be rather pleased with himself. Very well, I admit it. It was an incredibly harrowing experience. I should very well have died, you know. Me. Dead! On the other hand, by risking life and limb in the line of duty, I did succeed in uncovering the existence of a new primal, and that old girl is no small feat. I have made an historic discovery, a fact even Lady Lynette will have no choice but to acknowledge. Yes! I'm rather looking forward to basking in the sunshine of her praise. Speaking of which, isn't it time we made her triumphant return? Apparently Callie has decided to come for a little visit. Emmanellain. How do I look? Dashing as always, with a suitably sprinkling of dirt and sweat. Excellent. Let's return to Lady Lynette at once. Parsifal. Even you're saying the same thing. Okay, so off we go to speak to Lady Lynette. Honoroit. Thank you, Mr. Sargon. Thank you! If you had not rushed to his aid, I do not think what would have happened. Alone, I feared the worst. What happened out there? Well, this happened, and then that happened, and then this happened. And then that. A primal? Are you sure? Yet, now that I think on it, this Bismarck is reminiscent of the white whale of Vanu legend. A massive creature said to swim in the sea of clouds. From what I have learned of comparable summonings, the presence of the Vanu's god would certainly explain the sudden change in their behavior toward the people of Camp Cloudtop. Ah, you mean to say that they have fallen under the Primal's influence? I recall reading of such things in the documents provided by Master Elfinod. Elfino. Aren't we forgetting something important, Lady Lene? A little recognition for the hero of the hour? A few choice expressions of gratitude, respect, admiration, and so on? Why, yes! You were right, of course. Mistress Saragon deserves all that and more for having risked her life to rescue such an esteemed personage. Well, if there is naught else to discuss, I would depart for Ishgard forthwith. The Holy See and the Temple Knights must be informed of this new threat without delay. But of course, Mistress Saragon, you have done more than enough here. Pray return to Ishgard with Lord Harshivan and give my warmest regards to the Count. So that's it then? No more forays into enemy territory? Very well, I can see my services are no longer needed. Take care, Lady Lynate. May our next meeting take place under more, felicitous circumstances? All's well that ends well, eh? To the airship landing there. We can speak on the journey home. We can speak on the journey home. Whatever. An 8. All things considered, Emmanellain came through relatively unscathed. More's the pity. You might have learned something otherwise. Indeed. So, we need to head, apparently to the pillars. To over theirs. Harshivan. I confess, I've always been rather fond of airship travel. The chill of wind upon your face, the warmth of the blood pumping in your veins from the excitement. I find the whole experience indescribably invigorating. Or mayhap it is simply the joy of having cheated death yet again. Haha! In any event, I must make for the congregation and inform Sir Emmerich of all that has occurred. Emmanellain should have returned to the manor by now. Why not go and see if he has recovered from his ordeal? And so we need to head over there. On a road. My lord, the Count was utterly beside himself, Mr. Saragon. 'Tis a mercy we're not here to witness it. Emmanellain. Oh, it's you, Slarian. Oh, Emperor. Gods, did he have to strike me so hard? Father, he did not approve of how I handled matters in Camp Kilotop. I endangered the lives of others through my own recklessness and incompetence. It's not easy playing the hero, is it? Sigh. Drama King. It's only slightly amusing that the manservant seems to be a better, more competent, though he would have to be, than the lordling. Which is also not a surprise, but you know. House Fortin Steward. Fortin Steward looks as though he has something to say. Black Jacobo whistle? Aether compass. Ah, Mr. Saragon, my lord the Count much desires to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Ortorel and Lord Emmanellain, if you would remain here for a moment.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Emmanellain's life. Aye, he told me everything. I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Fortin. You've won us much honor, my friend.
My lord!
What is it? Speak.
Pray forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings. Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
What? Explain.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries. inquiries which brought them into contact with certain elements. 'Twas this which prompted a Knight of the Heavens Ward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinno, my lord.
Sir Grinno is a brute. An exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamayo. How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
Dun dun dun. Count Edmond de Forton. Though we have won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who will never be swayed, and who will dismiss your efforts and resent your successes, even as we celebrate them. 'Tis like that one such member of House Dismal is manipulating Sir Grinno, for he is not a man to dabble in politics of his own volition. He may genuinely believe your friends to be guilty, though I am quite certain his masters know better. Yet the truth will avail us not if we cannot prove their innocence. You would do well to speak with Sir Emmerich at the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. He will know more of these charges. You will know more of these charges. Okay. Just making sure I was reading it right. And so we need to go to the Foundation, which is up there. And we do need to go to the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. So I'm going to teleport to the Forgotten Knight. Or Chiffon. Slabbery and I had but this moment resolved to go and fetch you. I presume you've heard what happened then. Lucia. That they should regard the science with such suspicion even after you stood with us on the steps of faith. It is bad comedy. Yet unlike the grave injustice you suffered in Ul'dah, this wrong may swiftly be righted. Emmerich. It has been too long, Celebrian. Would that this visit came under happier circumstances. You are to come to plead for Master Alphinaud and Mistress Tartaru, I take it. Word of their detainment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vanu Primal. Truly, I know not which is the more ludicrous. These charges are the flying feathered whale. This Sir Grinno's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he is a Knight of the Heavens Ward. I speak of personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12 finest knights in all of Ishgard, sworn to serve his eminence alone. Suffice it to say, their testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the Scions have done, riding the heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us to defend the steps of faith, and drive back the Dravonian horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there naught we can do? I fear there is but one path left to us. We must demand a trial by combat. But of course! A trial by combat sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the petitioner's standing. Under Ishgardian law, a trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Alphinaud and Mistress Tartaru would be expected to face Sir Grinno in second of his choosing, another Knight of the Heavens Ward most like. 2 of them? By the fury, that can hardly be considered fair. Master Alphinaud's magical talents would not have gone unnoticed, meaning that he will have no choice but to participate. Mistress Tartaru, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skill, to be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity, as I am sure is Lord Horchifon. But all here present know that you are the most accomplished warrior among us, and mayhap in the realm at large. Then it is settled. I will visit Master Alphinaud at once and inform him of our intentions. Slavrian, meet me at the tribunal when you have made ready. Until then, my friend. Emmerich. The trial will be held at the Supreme and Sacred Tribunal of Halonok Inquisitory Doctrine. I will be in attendance, as will many others with a vested interest in the outcome. Stint not in your preparations, my friends. The Knights of the Heavens Ward will provide a stern test for even one such as you. Lucia. But they should, you're saying the same thing, I think. If you're not, well, So, we need to head back to the Pillars and to go to, that long name place, aka the Tribunal. Or Chiffon. Listen carefully, Celebrian. When the trial begins, the petitioner will be asked to restate his charges, and the accused invited to respond. Then, in accordance with the law, they will be asked to restate their request for a trial by combat. Once the High Adjudicator acknowledges Mistress Tataru's right to name a champion, that is when you must make your entrance. Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Sir Grinrick's face when he sees his true opponent. It will be priceless. More seriously, should you begin to lose heart, look to me in the stands and I shall cheer so loud you will wonder how you could ever have contrived to doubt yourself. Now are you ready? Well, as ready as I'll ever be.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grinno, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grinno de Zemile, brother of the Heavens Ward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
Let the accused step forward. Alfino Leveilleur, Tataru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grinno's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alfino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge, and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Tataru, am innocent of this charge, but I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion!
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
Hello.
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
With gladness.
Render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
I shall do what I can to support you, Celebrian. Now let us teach these noble sayers who the folly of bearing false witness.
I have my pride.
I guess we can't stop that, so Noit of South, avoid. So I guess we want to attack this guy first since he's attacking Elfino. Discarding a steel chain. And there's dialogue on the left side there. You guys can read it.
Got you now.
Hey, he's not cheering. Why aren't you cheering there, eh, buddy? Oh, there you go.
This isn't funny.
I think it's funny. I mean, we won! The Fury has spoken. Elfino Olivier, Tatarutaru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we who receive of her wisdom and see justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners, accused, go forth in peace. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again. My thanks, as always. Chiffon. By the Fury, what a splendid victory! To see how you strove in the face of adversity. Two brave young souls bound together by the opposite bonds of camaraderie. Why, it stirred me to the very depths of my soul. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, it seems only right that I present you with a humble token of mine admiration. Pray receive of me this chocobo whistle. With it, you may summon a black chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. Daw. Magnificent, is she not? Strong yet sleek, yellow, elegant yet eager? What say you, Slevin? Will you take her for your steed? Lord Harshivan, chocobos are prohibited in the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. Your steed must remain outside. I was about to ask if the steeds were allowed in here. That's funny. And cute. And so we get the black chocobo whistle. Spell hand carved whistle that emits a unique high-pitched tone discernible only by a black chocobo trained from birth to recognize and respond to the sound. Used to summon your personal black chocobo. And the Aether compass, which will be explained forthwith. Aether currents now accessible. If you have obtained a black chocobo. When riding this mount, you will have the ability to fly, provided certain conditions have been met. To fly in a given region, you must first find and attune to all the local Aether currents. In order to attune to some aether currents, you will need to complete certain quests. However, most can be discovered via exploration. To aid you in this endeavor, you have also obtained an aether compass, which will provide you with both the bearing and the distance to the nearest aether current upon use. Should you lose this compass, you may speak with Gilberlon at the Forgotten Knight to obtain another. To review your progress, select Travel from the main menu, followed by Aether Currents. Or you could do what I do and drag it to the hotbar, which I will go ahead and do. So firstly, Black Chocobo Whistle. And you see we have the Black Chocobo right here. A purebredish guardian Black Chocobo, trained from birth by House Fortin Knight Sir Horchiffon, and presented to you in a gesture of true friendship. The bird is slightly more muscular than you expected, and exhibits the strange habit of squatting when left to itself. So, key items, you'll have your Aether Compass here, and I usually plop that there. And then, that way it's just faster than having to open that up, and then the compass does not detect any nearby currents, so in areas where flying is permitted, we will have that. Give you Aether Current detected in blah 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 yalms away. I'll demonstrate once we get to a place there. Lord Horchiffon thinks you could do well with a well-deserved rest. Black Chocobos are all well and good, but the true reward for your efforts is the exoneration of your comrades. They shall be released upon the completion of certain minor formalities, which I mean to see to personally. In the meantime, pray return to the Fortin Manor. The Count has done so already, and will doubtless be eager to discuss the day's events. Horchiffon. Rest assured that Master Elfino and Mistress Tataru are no longer in danger. They will join you at the manor anon. So, we will speak with Edamont at the Fortin Manor, as Horchiffon has directed us to do. Honoroit. It brings me joy to see you in good health, Mr. Saragon. Emmanellain. Are you trying to become the talk of the city? Because if you are, you're doing an admirable job of it. Artoriel. I was not present at the trial, but my father told me of your performance. He said you were a wonder to behold. And... surprisingly that servant isn't there. That one is. Anyway, Count Edmond de Fortin. Maloney smiles on us yet again, Mr. Saragon, guiding you to victory and setting your comrades free. I confess I did not fear. I confess I did fear for your safety, which is not to say I doubted your prowess. You understand, I merely knew the strength of your opponents. You do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. Busting 2 of the Heaven's Ward while the city's elite looked on? By the Fury, anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you will surely do so from now on. My lord! We have just received a message from the vault. His Eminence the Archbishop requests the presence of Mr. Saragon. An invitation from the Archbishop? What an honor! My personal summonings is indeed a great honor, and given recent events, you would be wise not to delay. Go, Mr. Saragon. We shall speak anon. A priest will be waiting for you outside the vault. Identify yourself to him, and he will escort you inside. Count Edmond de Fortin. Do not worry about Master Elfino and Mistress Tataru. We will attend to them when they return from the tribunal. Artoriel. I was not you're saying the same thing? Are you saying the same thing? Yep. What about you? In case you have forgotten, the vault lies at the opposite end of the hoplon. Pray do not keep his eminence waiting. And so the fastest route to go is actually just running our way there. Because it's just directly ahead, apparently. Ishgardian priest. We are honored to receive you, Mr. Sargon. This way, please.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise. I am Thorin VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies. You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate, but as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me. But I digress. Your companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavens Ward were in receipt of erroneous information. Sir Grinno has ever been headstrong. He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred. For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I. That much is certain. That will be all, Sir Zephyrin. I would speak with our guest in private.
Your Eminence? As you wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
Privacy is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position. Now tell me, young lady, what do you know of the Ascians? Much and more, I shouldn't wonder, being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them, have entertained them as guests, even. Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons. I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course, nor less of being their puppet. Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them. Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict. And why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the Warrior of Light. If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
Well, that was most interesting indeed. And now we need to speak with Elfino in Forton Manor. Taru. I nearly cried when you stepped forward at the tribunal, Celebrian. Thank you, thank you, thank you! Elfino.
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you?
Well, there was that, and this, and that.
Well, well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced. By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Ascians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well. We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
Just for the record, there's already a primal.
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you. When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Rauburn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate!
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orchiphon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Rauburn.
Lucky number 7. Tataru. Gods, I hope we're not too late to save General Rauburn. I should have told you sooner. But the execution, I mean... about the execution, I mean. But what with the trial and everything... Elfino. Elfino wishes to share his plan of action for rescuing Rauburn. Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us little to charge headlong into Ul'dah without a plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose that we visit Limsa. You heard me, right? While you were about your altruistic endeavors, I acted as an intermediary in the trade negotiations between House Fortin and a Lominsan consortium. During said negotiations, an opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, and I duly seized it. I'm happy to report that we yet have a stout ally in Limsa. The Admiral has pledged her full cooperation in any effort to rescue Rauburn. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her, that we might discuss how best to proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Your presence never fails to embolden our allies, after all. When you arrive in Limsa, make yourself known to Sergeant Xanthale at Bulwark Hall on the lower decks. He will admit you to the bridge. And so... I'm gonna teleport to Limsa. And I will eventually pick up the Blue Mage quest. Though I probably do that in a side special video because of the length of it. Xanthale. The Admiral has been expecting you. Say the word and I will take you to her. Proceed to the bridge. Yes.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
I was not expecting that voice.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Ul'dah, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Alphino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seedseer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen. There is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Ul'dah republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Raobarn a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah... Could it be? I dare not hope.
The Ul'dah authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news. Or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Raobarn is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Raobarn had been held in the Marasaja pit within Ul'dah. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the Brass Blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
The Crystal Braves.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Raobarn, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Raobarn's survival is vital to the Eorzean alliance. We can ill afford to lose him. But I cannot send troops into Ul'dah. It would spell the end of the alliance and war like as not. If there's to be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Elfino. By way of a first step, you should seek out our dome in contact. You'll find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in the kitchen. Oops, I guess I'm too far away. Erlwib. Though it is useless to dwell on the past, I often wonder if I could have and should have done more for you and Raban that day. Leaving the banquet was tantamount to leaving you and yours were dead. Should you think me craven, I wouldn't hold it against you. But I will make it up to you, this I swear. Come what may, know that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn can count on our cooperation. Star Marshal. Would that we could join you in rescuing the Flame General, but the Sultanate will not take kindly to a foreign power on their soil, allies or no. Elfino. The Crystal Braves may no longer answer to me, but that does not absolve me of responsibility. As commander, I am accountable for all the wrongs they have committed, all the havoc they have wreaked. And so we are to go to Revenant's Toll and speak with the Dome in contact. And as they're working in the kitchen, you can probably guess who it is. And if you can't, then you probably haven't been paying attention. As you can see, there's still a Crystal Brave there. They won't recognize us, but, or will they? And the dialogue is amusing, which is why I'm going to take the time to talk. You have something in a nerve showing your face here, traitor. I ought to haul you in for your crimes, and I would, except you doubtless put up a fight, and I've been, ordered not to bring conflict into town. Our priority is to protect the people, and we can't risk innocent bystanders getting hurt. If I were to find you anywhere else, though, you'll not find me so lenient. Consider yourself warned. That's why it's amusing. Hey, it's Roka. I'm buying herbs to make into poultices. People are always getting hurt around here, you see, and can never have enough medicine. Dumb and Brave is always prepared. And so we need to make our way up these stairs. And to the left. Actually took me a while to discover that. Elfino. Could she be the Dome in contact of whom the Admiral spoke? Well, if she's working in a kitchen, it definitely is Higiri. Mr. Celebrian, I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot well express my relief. Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the rising stones by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we have remained in the Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You have done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. Higiri. Higiri is eager to assist you. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Limsa that you were searching for General Raban. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in the Marasaja pit, whatever it said. At the same juncture, Yuyuhase and the 3rd Unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the punt, pray seek out Deware at Highbridge, where I too am bound. My comrades pursue the 3rd Unit Braves, even as we speak. If you would join my hunt, pray seek out Deware at Highbridge, where I too am bound. Yet again, our Doman friends proved their worth. Lodorito was a fool to refuse them asylum. And so we need to head into Eastern Thunland and go to Highbridge over there. And I almost ran right past them. Higiri. It has been a while since last I wore this garb. Since I came to Revenant's Toll, my days have been spent in the kitchens. Fear not, however, though I have learned to wield a skillet, I have not forgotten to use the use of a dagger. I do actually kind of like their gear. And as you see, a female version and a male version. Elfino. Yu Hase, the mere mention of the name calls to mind the moment I felt the kiss of cold steel against my neck. Doware. I've been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Yu Hase and his men are bound for Holatali. We believe that this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Mosin is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. So we need to go all the way down there. And you can see a Doman Watch there. Doware. Elfino. Raban's ties to Holatali are well known. The ill-bred should choose this of all places to stage his execution is no coincidence. The fiend! Are there no depths to which he will not stoop? Hosen. You come at a good time, my friends. But moments ago the traitor ill-bred arrived and entered Holatali. From this, we may be certain that General Raban is being held within. Raban's tie... You're saying the same thing. Hosen. Hosen would brief you on the mission to rescue Raban. And a bunch of rings. There's no time to lose. General Aldine may be executed at any moment. You must enter Holatali and free him from his captors. Please see to your preparations and tell me when you are ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. And as you can see, there are crystal braves there. Standing watch. And I saw nothing. Though I wonder if they would say something if they spot you. I'm not going to find out. Hosen. Hey, Hugiri.
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
Lady Ugiri!
Master Alphino, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to recall it. For a time I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ul'dah, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Ralban is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Doware and Higiri with you. With me!
Ugiri Elfino. Not a soul from the Colosseum to be seen. This bodes ill. Take the lead, Slebrin. I shall follow close upon you. And you can see some of the Crystal Braves there. And Ugiri and Elfino following along. You're something something, I can't see what you're saying. Robon, which is clearly a trap. General, but where are his captors? I mislike the look of this. General! And his little shieldy thing. You came! As I bounce over the shieldy thing. He is bound by some manner of magitech device, yet I dare not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. I have heard of such devices. The Crystal Braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. That will not be necessary. Pray, do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly unto the bosom of Thal, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. And, as you can see, there is a... Confound it, the mist states my healing. Cough, sleeve, sputter, save yourself. You cannot let them escape, Slytherin. Force the gate. At least the mist must be drawing them. And now we need to find the key and make sure... Ha! The way is clear! Make sure that Rubon's vitality does not go down further. If I'm not mistaken, I shall tend to General. Pray, seek to find the key. Braves have the key, and I honestly can't remember where the key is. But we have a bunch of these stupid things. And I pretty much ignore them. Sort of. And if I'm not mistaken, the key is basically all the way back to the beginning. Well, I see that up there. Perhaps that is the key? Or that's where the key is? Well, there's this anyway. That takes care of the mist. The mist is cleared. Next, to find the key to free Rubon. You see Crystal Braves here. And there's the key that we needed. And so, I would actually recommend collecting all those slimes as before. You obtain the identification key for the Magitech device. The key, take it to Raban. So, I would recommend actually killing the slimes as you go, but do pay attention to Raban's vitality, because if it does drop down to 0, then you will have fatal duty and you'll have to restart. Yeah, that's right. Jump down there. Am I going the wrong direction? I don't think so. Nope, I'm not. Okay. We're good. Yeah, you Geary. Magic tech device. Interacting. My thanks. Cough. Slowly, General. You are yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known. What are clever contrivances to the Warrior of Light? Well done, hero. Illbird. You mean to struggle on then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I will cut you down like all the rest. Come, Science. Let's get this over with. And of course, this means there's another fight. As always, take out this guy first, then take out the other DPS, and then we're worried about Illbird later. I'm not worried. Oh, do go away. Flagless Laurentius. And then we already defeated Yuhase.
This changes nothing.
It is over, Ilberd. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite. If you think you fight for justice, lass, you best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used? By the Scions, the City-States, even the Crystal Braves. They none of them care a whit what you want. Only what you can do for them.
I still get to choose whether or not I fight for them.
And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland. And I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing. If we ourselves are not free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
You'll not get away!
No, Master Alphino. Now is not the time.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me. I'm in your debt.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
What will you say to Raban? We stand with you, or on your feet, gladiator? The fight is not over. And we'll go with that.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lass. Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Olorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope, but I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What? But how can that be?
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without.
Daware. Or Duware. General is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. Then Ilberd and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, my lady. General Eldine, I presume, and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Dark stranger? Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I came bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bid me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Urianger awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. This is no ruse, I assure you, General Dean. If you will come with me, I have prepared a carriage that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. And so, we need to speak with Elfino, apparently. Oops. No auto run. I said no auto run. Ay. Thinking of turning it off and then I turn it on again. ×3. Elfino. I have spoken with Urianger via link pearl. He confirms the man's story. Raban is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. And so we're gonna head to Vesper Bay.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Pippin, my son, and Master Papashan besides.
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
You.
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthal, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young lady, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Ul'dah, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck Her Grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teledji Adeledji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
Alphino. I had not counted on Prioress Dolala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Whatever. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Raban, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Ul'dah. We couldn't have done it without you, Celebrian. Thank you. And we'll yank one of the rings that we don't need anyway. Go breaking, aka jailbreaking. And that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.